بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا وآتوا اليتامى أموالهم ولا تتبدلوا الخبيث بالطيب ولا تأكلوا أموالهم إلى أموالكم إنه كان حوبا كبيرا وإن خفتم ألا تقسطوا في اليتامى فانكحوا ما طاب لكم من النساء مثنى وثلاث ورباع فإن خفتم ألا تعدلوا فواحدة أو ما ملكت أيمانكم ذلك أدنى ألا تعولوا وآتوا النساء صدقاتهن نحلة فإن طبن لكم عن شيء منه نفسا فكلوا هنيئا مريئا ولا تؤتوا السفهاء أموالكم التي جعل الله لكم قياما جعل الله لكم قياما وارزقوهم فيها واكسوهم وقولوا لهم قولا معروفا وابتلوا اليتامى حتى إذا بلغوا النكاح فإن آنستم منهم رشدا فادفعوا إليهم أموالهم ولا تأكلوها إسرافا وبدارا أن يكبروا ومن كان غنيا فليستعفف ومن كان فقيرا فليأكل بالمعروف فإذا دفعتم إليهم أموالهم فأشهدوا عليهم وكفى بالله حسيبا للرجال نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون وللنساء نصيب مما ترك الوالدان والأقربون مما قل منه أو كثر نصيبا مفروضا فإذا حضر القسمة أولو القربى والمساكين فارزقوهم منه وقولوا لهم قولا معروفا فليخشى الذين لو تركوا من خلفهم ذرية ضعافا خافوا عليهم فليتقوا الله وليقولوا قولا سديدا إن الذين يأكلون أموال اليتامى ظلما إنما يأكلون في بطونهم نارا فسيصلون سعيرا. صدق الله ربنا الأعلى. Yes, Bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Surah al-Nisa, fourth surah in Quran. We are at fourth separa, fourth juz, and fourth surah. This is one of the long surahs in Quran. Previous one, Ali Imran, was long one. This two is a long one. These long surahs, maybe they are like 7 in Quran, are called Saba, Tiwal. Saba, 7, Tiwal, long, Ul, Tawil, Tiwal, long surahs. Okay, and the word Nisa is women. What is the singular? Imratun. Nobody must forget that one. Nisa is plural. Anybody who doesn't know or wants to refresh, let him or her write. Imra'atun. Ra'atun. One woman, singular. Plural, jama'. Jama' nisa'un. Nisa'un. Women. This is imra'atun, she, because there is ta here. What is man? Good. Another one from this one. Like imru'un. Good. Imru'un. Yeah, this Riyaz. Imru'un. 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 I will write like that. Imru'un means man. Man person. Also, mar'un. Just alif is, write these words. Learn. Mar'un. Rajulun. Okay? Imru'un. Quran is full of these words. So when you memorize this, you are not learning Arabic, you are learning Quran, how to read Quran. Sometimes later you must kind of ignore haraka, zer, zabar, dhamma. Without needing that, you must read Quran. That is because at the beginning, it was like that, there was no haraka. During the time of the Prophet, there was no haraka. I explained earlier, this is a century after the death of the Prophet. Well, good, but I mean, a qualified people a little bit does not need haraka. So, memorize a little bit. Okay. This surah is Madani surah, revealed in Medina. That means After Mecca, 10 years passed. Islam came, 10 years passed, and in Medina. Medina surahs, what is the characteristic of Mecca and Medina? I mean, in terms of Quran or in terms of Islam, what is the characteristics? What do you say, Imran?
Is that Medina more legislative laws and Mecca is more about the...
Yeah, Aqidah, yeah. That is correct. Mecca, belief, not social established, not law that much, less law, less legislature, less legality in Medina. Mecca, in Mecca, I am speaking about Mecca. Mecca, more aqidah, iman, belief. Because anything you are going to establish, aqidah must come first. Belief, philosophy, understanding, intellectual basis must be strong first. If there is no intellectual basis, environment in the hearts of the people, community, if it is not developed that much, whatever you do will collapse. People are important. People's commitment are very important. Personal, individual development inside is very important. That was the Medina, Mecca time, Mecca. I am messing everything up. Mecca. We are speaking about Mecca. So Islam came, Mecca, and they a little bit organized themselves. They supported each other, believing in oneness of God, and little by little, they trained themselves, a cluster, inner circle, people, good, develop. Umar joined, then a little bit training themselves outside, going out, outreach to the people, declaring, beginning from nearest friends, relatives, then to openly, then in Medina, state, Islamic organization. So this surah is one of the basis of Islamic political, social, and legal establishment in Medina. 275 ayahs. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I had earlier mentioned that Bismillah, according to Hanafis, is not a part of Quran. This is written here, but that was not revealed according to Hanafis. Shafi'is, they say it is revealed. That is why we don't read in prayer, in Salah. When I am going to read this surah, for example, I don't say Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Ya ayyuhan nasu taqu. When I lead the prayer, for example, in Maghrib and Isha, I don't read. Ya ayyuhan nasu, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, you know the meaning and everything. Ya ayyuhan nasu, O people, everybody knows Ya, Ayyu, Ha, and Nasu. Ittaqu, everybody knows. Taqwa, you have taqwa. Rabbakum, everybody knows your Lord. Everybody knows Maryam and Huma. No excuse. Okay? You know these ones. I mean, all people, you have taqwa. You need to have taqwa from your Lord. Taqwa, God, we dealt this earlier. Some say in English, God consciousness, taqwa. But it comes from waqaya, to protect oneself, to save oneself. Waqaya, taqwa. Being afraid from Allah, really not afraid. Nobody needs to be afraid from Allah in English sense. Like concerned, having a worry that the person may not totally observe the rules and regulations put by Allah on him. So he is always alert, open. I mean, not sleeping, not unaware. He is aware, he is awake, he is open, he is very careful. Let me do what God said to the maximum of my ability, to the best of my ability. So because of he knows himself or she knows herself that that may fail from time to time, cannot do that much good, a little bit concerned. Let me be very careful, very careful, very careful, very careful, very careful. This type of fear, if you say, if afraid, a fear, if it is fear. We need to love Allah, not something like scared in that sense. We need to love Allah. And have taqwa means very much aware and alert to follow what He told us. Careful. Not neglecting at all anything possible in our range. That is what is meant. Muttaqi is isma fa'il. A person who has that one. Ittaqu is order. You have taqwa. Taqwa is an institute. A social, individual's psychological institute in your heart. It is a social institute in family. Everybody taqwa. Father is taqwa, so he cannot beat his children. Mother is taqwa, he cannot treat her husband bad, treat her daughter's children bad. Taqwa is, I mean, somebody can write perhaps a big book, 200 pages, named Taqwa, giving philosophy, giving practices, giving taqwa in society. If somebody has taqwa, what he is going to do. If he has no taqwa, what he does, what he can do as bad. I mean, taqwa is not a strict word. It is a term, a big institute. It has philosophy, it has understanding, it has roots and rules, regulations, and infringements, marginal things. It has a core subject, then subjects which affected by taqwa or taqwa affect them. I mean, it is, many times we are wasting the terms of Quran in our regular days like that. We are using like peanuts, not thinking they are so big, covers whole world. Not being aware how big they are, how good they are, how nice they are. Not knowing, we are just jumping up and down. So it is less valued, not appreciated. We are not appreciating terminologies of Quran. To me, that is why, especially for young generation in this country, I would say making them aware from the terms mentioned in Quran in Arabic and as a concept, giving them philosophy of these concepts like taqwa, like wara', like khashyatullah, like hubb, love of Allah, love of the Prophet, love of religion, and also negative ones. What is hasad? What is other bad feelings and things like that? We must teach them more than anything after iman, after belief, more than anything. Because if they don't have that big concept in their mind, they will be invaded by non-Islamic culture through TV and schools, their mind will be colored with non-Islamic concepts. Their body will allege that they are Muslims. They are not Muslims. They are Muslims in body, but in intellectual world, they are not. In philosophy, they are not. Because it is cultured, cultivated, oriented to something else. Human brain is human brain. It doesn't work like anything. It gets affected by society. It gets affected by society. So terminologies of Quran are very important. I told to Brighter Horizons people, you put this in your program. I said, you want to teach Arabic? Pick from Quran. Inni ana Allahu. I am the Lord, Allah is saying. La ilaha illa ana. There is no one but me. Teach this sentence as an Arabic. Don't say Kalila and Dimna. There was a fox walking and captured a chicken something. What is that? Chicken, fox, we don't need them. I mean, that is okay, Arabic is Arabic, but no. We want Islamic terms and Islamic words, Quran. We are Muslims. We are Muslims. We are Muslims. We are Muslims. I mean, nowadays, you know, perhaps in this country a lot, back home as well, in my country, maybe in any country. I mean, very attractive books for children produce, pictures and nice, developed techniques, but all animals are speaking with each other. What about human being? What happened to human being? Don't we have our stories? Human beings can speak and can deal with each other. Are we going to follow the patterns of the animals? We end up violence, affected, not affected, arguing in Washington, everywhere. For no use, no benefit, nothing. Of course, human guidance is very important. Hudan lil muttaqin, the book, Huda, guidance. We need everything, guidance to Allah, orienting people to Allah. What is this? No direction to Allah, no pushing people to Allah, no educating people to Allah, but civilization. What kind of civilization is that? No civilization is civilization if it is something not pulling people, not giving opportunity to the people as masses to Allah. No civilization is civilization acceptable, anything like that. So terminologies of Quran are very important. Rabbakum, your Lord. Rabb comes from Rabbaya, Murabbi, Tarbiya. Means creating, means letting a seed grow and push the dirt and soil come out from the ground and become a young baby plant, then grow, then develop, then climb, squash and things like that, grape, and then give fruits. Rabb, a person who does like that. Not enough. Rabbukum, a maintainer, sustainer, a one who cares. That means gives food. If we had breakfast today, Rabb did Rububiyyah, provided us breakfast and we ate. If we digested that food in our stomach, the physical or anatomical digestive system, whatever we medically we have done is Rabb did that one to us. So Rabb is big word. Not something like Lord and past and next one. No, don't stop over there. We have business to explain, to speak about Rabb. One must have a concept of Rabb so inculcated in the brain, in the heart, so much so that if somebody blows in your ear the word Rabb, something, you must feel like fainted. You must get fainted because of the effect. Big word. If somebody puts a ton of rock at the top of you, what would you do? You go down, smash, or cannot get up unless that stone is removed. This word is something like that. If you care, if you understand. These are terms. Quran is using these ones. Allazi, your Lord, Allazi who khalaqakum, created you. Khalaqa, everybody knows. From you. Min nafsin, from nafs. Nafs, being. Soul. Wahidatin, one soul. Adam. He has created you from one single person. Adam wa khalaqa, and created minha, from that, from she. What is that she? Soul. Soul is she. Feminine. From that single one. Created what? And created from that zawjaha, her mate, that soul's mate, spouse, mate, spouse, means Eve, Hawa, Eve. Allah has created Adam and created from Adam his wife. Allah created the wife of Adam from Adam. Is it not interesting? Satan was there, angels were there. Allah told them, I am going to create someone. Inni ja'alu fil ardi khalifa. I am creating one who will be successor for me. Allah declared, openly said to angels, these angels, they began to say something like that. Are you going to create someone who will shed the blood? أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَن يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا, and will bring corruption. Interesting. To the world and shed the blood. First, what kind of angels they were? Kind of opposing. We know that angels, they don't oppose. Then second, how did they know that the one who will be created, Adam and his children, mainly, essentially, substantively, they will bring some corruption to the world. How they did know, or what is this? Could anybody explain to me? This is before the creation, you're me, anybody, nobody is living in this world. What strange word is that? What strange thing is that? We discussed this subject, but just I am reminding myself and to you. But means there is something we don't know. I mean, Allah had made them know something, these angels, earlier. So based on that, they are saying something based on what they know already. Otherwise, how did they can say dare? How could they dare to say anything like that? Have been created from clay, from soil, from dust, from dirt. Then they were in paradise. This is happening in paradise. Soul is blown, becomes alive, living in paradise. Then Allah tells them, don't approach to this plant or tree. Shaitan seduces him about prostration and sajda and everything. I am skipping that part. Then his wife also created from him. First Adam, then a part of his body taken, and that small part becomes woman. So human being is one. Woman is a part of man, or each one is one in another sense. Nobody is that much independent, separate. Then from Jannah they come to this world. What a strange thing is that. If they had obeyed orders of Allah, we would have been all in paradise. No problem of fighting here and there. What destiny, what determination is that? What plan is that? Big plan. We don't know. Secret, mystery. Allah wished like that, and we are that one. We are obeyed, or we are nothing else but what He says. We are that one. We do that one. We came here. So, human being, Adam 1, created, his wife created from him. Because woman is created from human being, from Adam, she craves, strives for him. Because she is a part of man, he craves or runs or demands or cannot do without her. Who put the passion, affection, love in the heart of these men and women? They love each other. They share same room with each other. I mean, who? What is this? This is what is meant, because they are a part of each one is a part of each other. Strange? You say strange? Philosophy, perspective, intellectual perspective. Why a woman can be thought inferior to man? Cannot be. She is a part of man. Why a man can say or claim, I am higher than possibly from a woman, I am than a woman? Why? No, it is not correct. Man is man, woman is woman. They are each one has his or her own function. They are a part of each other. Nobody is superior. Woman is not criminal because she is created as a woman. Man is not privileged because he is created as a man. No. Who said like that they are privileged? Nobody is privileged. Women is not different than man in terms of being aggressive from Allah. Allah says in Quran, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, O believers, believe. Man and women included. No difference. No difference. no exclusion. A little physiological difference is okay. This is what he decided, he, Allah, no problem. But that doesn't give inferiority or superiority to anything. Nobody has the right to blame, to claim superiority or inferiority because the person was created without choice in a way he is, she is in. Nobody. Philosophy, intellectual philosophy, intellectual background, we Muslims, Quranic terminologies, words, institutes. وَبَثَّ مِنْهُمَا وَبَثَّ and بَثَّ, what is بَثَّ Riyaz? بَثَّ, you don't know? Basta, to spread. If I have handful seed, wheat, barley, bean in the farm, plowing, I throw like that so that they may grow up. I am doing what? Basta. Spreading, growing things separate from each other. Basta. Maybe in English, spread. To spread. Not spreading sheet. That is not. This is basta. Something you are spreading from your hand, which is separately, going separate from each other. Bassa. Wabassa, spread one by one. Minhuma, from these two, men and women, Adam and Eve, Rijal and man, plural of rajulun, kasiran, a lot. A lot of men, venisan and women. Means what? They married each other. Then all human beings came as offsprings, men and women. First man, Adam, then women from his part, they married to each other. There was nobody to marry each other. That is not forbidden, was not forbidden. Adam and Eve's children, Abel and Cain, Qabil and Habil, they too married their own sisters. This was not fornication. Somebody was arguing with me. Fornication, or adultery, or things like that, or incest, what we call in English, I don't know. No. It is not. It is permitted that time. That time Sharia rule was like that. There was no way, other way. Because they were only women, only men. So marrying same sex, like man to man, no such thing in Quran. Forbidden. Not allowed. Women to women, no such thing in Quran. Not allowed. A country where people get involved in this type of things, family down. No civilization could be based on that. Forbidden, prohibited. Quran, Adam and Eve, from beginning, man and women. No such thing. Man to man, woman to woman, no such thing. Forbidden, prohibited to individuals, to man, to everybody. وَبَثَّ spread minhuma, from these two, Rijal and man, kasiran, a lot, kasir, kasira, a lot, وَنِسَاءَ and women. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ be fearful or God conscious. Taqwa, have taqwa. Allah, from Allah. الَّذِي who تَسَاءَلُونَ سَأَلَ to ask. تَسَاءَلُونَ mutual. تَسَاءَلَ asking each other. Bihi with him, with Allah. Be fearful or God conscious from Allah, by whom you will be questioned mutually, things like collectively, something like that. Interwoven questioning, mixed questioning, not one or everybody is questioning everybody. Everybody is depending on everybody. Because day of judgment, you borrowed from someone, he borrowed from another, you are after him, he is after him. I mean, so complex. Things are so complex, but still questionable by Allah. He will question day of judgment, questions, hisab, accountants. I mean, collective, individual, everything mixed with each other, too much interwoven, too much connected to each other. Well, arham means what? Well, arham means what, Riyaz?
Grace.
Huh?
Like grace.
What else? What is the singular? Arham. Huh? No. Huh? No. I mean. Huh? Rahma. Yeah, maybe. What else? Another word, I mean, same Rahma. What is the womb? Huh? Rahm. Rahmun. Rahmun. Of course, that is from Rahman and like Rahmun. Rahmun like mercy. Arham is plural. Womb. Rahm. But womb is like mercy. Like rahmah, like mercy. Mercy. Allah. Because that is the mercy for humanity, for everybody. Okay. Wal arhama and wombs. Very interesting. Let me check from the English translation, Yusuf Ali, what he did do. Reverence God. Translating Wattaqullah as reverence. Revere. Do respect. God. Through whom you demand your mutual rights. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسَاءَلُونَ بِهِ. Okay. And reverence the wombs that bore you. You pay reverence to the wombs in bracket that bore you, your mothers. For God ever watches over you. I wish, from Arabic point of view, you could grab what interesting sentence is this. First, wattaqullah is verb. Allah is object of that verb. Maf'ul. Allazi tasa'aluna bihi is what? Is jumla sala, relative sentence. Allah, by which you are collectively questioning, something like that, the meaning, literal meaning. How are we going to fix this by which Allah is questioning? You are mutually questioning. Then, wal arham. What is wa and al arham? And arham. Wattaqullaha. You be God conscious from Allah. Wal arham. And arham and wombs. Wombs what? Be fearful from wombs? Or be God conscious from wombs? Be taqwa from wombs? Have taqwa from wombs? In Arabic, grammatical structure is to fix this ayah or to explain this ayah is so difficult. So different probabilities are. A little story. I was 12 years old in the city I was living in these days, that is Adapazarı, Sakarya in Turkey. A scholar from Istanbul named Urfalı Mahmud Kamil Efendi, first time I met, came to that area. That was first time in my life. All big scholars in the area, Adapazarı, the big city I was living in, attended his lectures. First time. I was surprised. Whatever big alims, big scholars, all were sitting inside the masjid, listening to this guy who came from Istanbul. I never saw that many people listening to one person, very respectfully. This person, very elderly, gave a dars. The dars was this ayah. This ayah. He explained this, then came to this, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسَأَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ, this part. He said, I checked all tafsirs. This alim said. Urfalı Mahmud Kemal, Urfalı Mahmud, I think Mahmud Kamil Efendi, Mahmud Kamil Efendi. I checked all tafsirs. I liked, he said, only one tafsir. The view of one tafsir. Others, I was not satisfied, he said. That one tafsir, he said, Ibn Kathir. That is in our library, we have. Ibn Kathir. He said, Ibn Kathir says, after analyzing this sentence, put into a perspective, he says, you be fearful from Allah and you be fearful and careful and have taqwa about the wombs. That means relation between couples. Let your relation between as a couple, when you have joined to each other, enjoying private joy, be very careful. Be very careful. Don't do anything wrong. Let your nikah, marriage, be Islamic marriage, acceptable. You do observe all rules and regulations so that the baby conceived become candidate for good Islam. Don't waste your relation with each other by not being careful. When private relation is established between the man and woman. He said, this is the be questionable at the day of judgment. This is the basis of future generation. If generation does not observe this, then we have crook generation. Crook. You cannot correct, then later on you try, this will not work. He put this into a very interesting perspective. Everybody was surprised, or is it like that? Is it like that? Then I learned that this alim I saw once in my life, then he passed away. This alim was so senior, so well known in the country. He was big scholar and lawyer in legal field as well. He was so revered and respected by everybody. I did not know before. Then later on I went to Istanbul. I studied with some big alims, not him, because he passed away. I did not know. I forgot. Once one of my professors asked me to go to Central Bank, the exchange foreign dealings department, to follow a transaction on his behalf. Professor Karahan, Abdul Qadir Karahan, he told me. I was young, so I went there. There was some official dealings. They did not want to complete the transaction. I did not know the details. I was just representing or pushing the papers, go through the channels. Then I came back, reported to that professor. I said, oh, my teacher, Abdul Qadir Karahan, I went there, they didn't do what you wanted. You told me, I told them, but they kind of ignored me. He said, is it like that? Are you ready to go tomorrow morning to that same department? I said, okay. It was in Istanbul, in the area of Unkapanı, a building. Okay. We went there. But before the entrance of building, he was stepping one step ahead from me. I was respectfully a little bit following him. He stood at the door, like did a little dua. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbana aftah baynana wa bayna qawmina bil haqq wa anta khayrul fatihin. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir. There were other people around, but he a little bit privately. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir. Rabbi tamim bil khayr. I mean, a little dua. Then he said Bismillah with his right feet. Then I followed. Then when we entered, just at the door there was somebody sitting like doorkeeper. He asked him, where is such a such person? A certain person's name. I did not know. Then this guy said, he is sitting at the corner room. Then he just went there in that corner room, entered like arrow. There was somebody sitting like that on the leaning on the table, and I too followed him. This guy, when he noticed somebody is entering here, he said, oh, my professor, my teacher, stood up and hugged him. And Abdul Qadir Karahan was a very talkative person. You, I'm in person, don't visit me, don't ask about me, don't call me. So, okay, I was like that. Then you know this guy? He told this person, said, I don't know. This is Yusuf Zia. Not bad, this guy is good man. Okay, okay. Then he said, and I too sat at the corner like that. Then this guy, my professor said to him, what kind of guys you are? You are not doing what I want. He said, what is this? Because he did not know. This is chief, director of that section, big guy. Of course, I went somewhere, small department, but related one. I did not go to this guy. I don't know. I mean, this big guy, I can't go there. So he said, what is this? I have a transaction like that, like that. Then he just pressed the button, something. He told someone, call someone. So then, after 2 minutes, somebody jumped and came. A lady who told me no yesterday, sitting over there, perspiring. I was too embarrassed. I mean, I don't want anybody in this position. But what to do? This is dunya. You need to swallow. Oh, then this director said, this is my professor, beloved professor. This is his student. I mean, once in our life we are going to do something and not properly done here in my building. And this girl, what she's going to say, cannot say anything. So he told to that lady, you just complete whatever is, you go and complete, bring to me. Then after 5 minutes, everything stopped, everything done, papers are ready, then signed and finished. Then we came out. I said to this, my teacher, professor, on my way, oh my beloved professor, who is this guy? I mean, this son, or this director. I mean, who was excited and you told him, you are not looking at me, you are not following me, you are not calling me. He said, he asked me, don't you know him? I said, I don't know. This is son of Urfalı Mahmud Kamil. That guy was the son of the person I was speaking. I admired his tafsir, who came in my area, and the big scholars listened to him. I was very much surprised. So I discovered him, his son. But after that, I did not meet him. But in future, if I go back or plan to find out the grave of that scholar to visit, perhaps I have the clue now. I may go to that bank. I may say 10 years, 20 years ago, there was somebody sitting here. Director, what is his name? They will check whether he is alive or not, retired. And we will find where he is living, or his grandchildren, or grandchildren's children. This is what happened. So, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي, you be fearful from Allah, who will be questionable, you will be questionable through him, and also be very careful about wombs. Wombs. This ayah about wombs, one needs to write, to knock the heads with that ayah of, I would say, all Americans. Not in Dallas only, all America. To make them aware what important is relation between the men and women and spouses between men and spouses. What important, what decent, what nice, what holy is or must be kept as a holy, as an important, not wasted in the street. What is this? Al-Arham. Inna Allah, of course Allah, Kana is alaykum to you, Raqiban, watcher, watch, Raqaba, 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 to watch. Allah is Raqib. Allah sees and watches. To give al-yatama, yatims.
I didn't understand. The bihi, tasa'aluna bihi. The bihi word, does it refer to the question?
Very good, very good. That is big problem. Tasa'aluna, the structure of tasa'aluna, tus'aluna bihi. What is it? Allahu Alam. I mean, one needs to go big tafsirs. Bihi is referred to Allah. Wattaqullaha. You be God conscious, have taqwa. Allazi, who tasa'aluna, you will question each other, bihi, with him, with Allah. Something like that, you see. You will be questioning each other at the day of judgment, running after each other because you violated your haq, huquq al-ibad in this world. At the day of judgment, you will be running after each other. Father will be running after the son, son will be running after mother, after father. You did not teach me, you did not tell me. I am suffering now because, I mean, everybody didn't do a little bit good, did something wrong to each other. They will be running each other. Like everybody is asking everybody. Everybody is questioning everybody. Everybody is following everybody. So, like that. This is happening because of Allah. Something like that. Something like that. But grammatically, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ الَّذِي تَسَأَلُونَ بِهِ وَالْأَرْحَامَ is so difficult to fix. Grammatical analysis of this wal-arham and difficult. It is like a peculiar, strange structure. Quran has this type of methods. When it is very important, structure is slightly unusual, not usual. Not usual, unusual, so that it draws our attention more than the usual ones. So we say first, this is wrong, or what is this, let me understand, and strive and pay a lot of effort, then discover the real meaning, which sits and culture becomes a culture, cultivation, hars, tilling, plowing in our minds. Good? Inna Allah kana, of course Allah, kana is alaykum to you, raqiban, watcher. Raqib is one of the names of Allah. I don't want to stop, I began already a little bit late. Let us continue 15-20 minutes, then we will stop, inshallah. The atu, you give. Ataya, came. Ataya, gave. Atu zakah, give zakah. The atu, you give. Al-yatama, plural of what? Huma, plural of what? Yatama. You know what is yatim? You must know. Maryam, you don't remember yatim? Yatim means orphan. What is orphan in your do you speak Pashto? You speak Pashto? Yes, what is in Pashto? Orphan. A baby who has no father, let's say, living father. Must be yatim, I think yatim is yatim. Yatim in your language must be. I think. Or there may be another word as well, but yatim definitely is, yatama is plural of yatim. means orphans. We are to give al-yatama, orphans, amwalahum, their mals, their wealth. Your uncle, your brother died, your sister died, there are little children, their father, their mother earned, they died. Who will look after that? Who will be the guardian, caretaker of that wealth? These little children cannot, they don't know. They are just little. Who? You. You are the guardian, wali. So in Islam there is wali chain. Who is wali? Father, then brother, then who else? It goes like that. There is a chain. Sometimes dispute. Who comes first? Because that person is responsible. Look after the wealth, taking care of those children, education and things like that. They may not have any money. Who will look after them, spend money? Wali. In Islam, there is a system of wali. In marriage wali, in life wali, in family wali. Wali is very important. There is a chain. If father is there, father. If father is not there, elderly son. If he is not there, brother. It goes like that. Generally male. If woman is rich, wife, husband has no money, then woman can look after her husband. Judge may decide you need to help him, something like that. Is it a borrowing? He later on will earn, pay back? Yes or no? There is big good views in Islam, detailed. Life is not that simple. Society, big, law, this is law, Islam is law. Rules and regulations. Applicable all the time to everybody. But everybody's problem is different than the others. So, different rules, different, but fitting. That is the way. So, you will give you will protect. When you are guardian, you will look after the wealth and property of the yatims. You will not devour, eat it up. Their wealth may be so different. Some of them perishable, farm, fruits, time, you need to pick certain time, let the people pick and store and sell. No refrigerator in old days. How are you going to sell? Otherwise it perishes. Animals, they need hay and things like that. Then money, how to invest, not to lose. I mean, it is diverse. So you will be so flexible, getting the maximum benefit for them. You will not eat it up yourself as they do. Muslims in practice, unfortunately, they easily do something wrong. They finish the wealth of the little people. You know the story of Musa with Khadr? Children, they earned the money, father, mother, then they stored, they died. Why? They said that let us keep this money saved, let them grow, get the money benefit. Saving is very important. You save today, will help tomorrow. Don't eat it up everything, whatever you have. Very important. So, but meantime, the very guardian, caretaker, must be a very good person. He can easily abuse, because these children, little children, they don't know. They don't know. So, we are to give al-yatama yatims amwalahum, their wealth, when they grow up, when they protect them and give them later. Train them. You keep their wealth for them and give them back when they are eligible to run by themselves, to look after their wealth. وَلَا تَتَبَدَّلُوا بدلا, substitute, change. تَتَبَدَّلُوا, don't change. Al-Khabisa, bad one, filthy one. Bit-tayyibi, with good one. Don't change. Don't give something bad, less quality, and take to your pocket, to your wealth, better and good. Don't do that. Don't abuse your power. Don't abuse your guardianship, and get the best out of their wealth and give something bad, not good, to them. Don't do. What a religion we have. What a nice religion we have. All relatives takes care of the little babies. They lost their father, their mother. Their wealth is looked after. Their properties is developed by others, nearest ones. They don't know. They are just 1 year old, 2 years old. They don't know. But what a nice people are these uncles, these aunts, these grandfather, grandmother, everybody who takes care of them nicely. What a nice people are they. What a nice people. Find that type of place, that type of family, that type of society. I am ready to give my jacket, to write in my will, my jacket too be for these people, for this community. If they are looking up, going to look after my grandchildren, my children, or me when I need, and if I need any help in my life or something like that. Yeah. What a nice people. Nice idea is that. What a close knit society, and a society, a community which takes care of each other. What a nice people are they. وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا. What is أَكَلَهُمَا? Eat. What happened to you? You are so quiet, you girls. Akala, to eat. You know this word. Akala, to eat. وَلَا تَأْكُلُوا, don't eat. أَمْوَالَهُمْ, their wealth. Yatim's wealth. إِلَىٰ أَمْوَالِكُمْ, to your wealth. Don't mix them. Don't mix their wealth to your wealth. Keep it separate. Raster, roll, record them down, put them on the raster, on the roll, make a good list, Don't mix their things to your things. إنه definitely كان is حُبًا sin. حُبٌ is sin. You don't know this word. حُبٌ is ismun in Arabic. That حُبٌ ismun. Ismun, which is sin. Innahu, definitely it is. Huban, kana is, huban sin. Kabiran big. Eating the wealth of the helpless people, children, orphans is big, big sin. Don't do that. I think I will conclude at this point.